health care and they're not going to be able to get their prescriptions. But I would encourage not to take a pill a day and skip a day, or take somebody else's pill. None of that is going to help you. But making sure that you, number one, treat yourself and your health as first priority. We take care of everybody else, but when it comes to our health, we don't take care of ourselves. And so that's things that I would encourage an individual who is living with it or who has a loved one to do, as far as it is in regards to diabetes.
You know, and of course, Ms. Greene, when we talk about this disease, I think that we also, and I think you've already mentioned the fact that young people, very, very young people, are also affected by this disease. Now, what can you say in reference to what you're doing at Matthew Walker in terms of identifying some of these young people that you might see?
You know, we work primarily with the adults, but definitely we have a pediatric department that is on top of diseases and current information as far as children. And so one of the things that I would encourage, if you notice that your child is presenting any symptoms, is being very tired, irritable, or increase in thirst, can just drink at the refrigerator nonstop, definitely get them seen by a physician, and that pediatrician will be able to diagnose them and be able to run tests to see if they are presenting symptoms or signs for diabetes. If they are, you know, sometimes children deal with things differently than adults. So there are also groups out there, one in particular called Sugar Babies, that can help them in dealing with this disease. And also, I would just encourage that you support that person. So that means the entire family's regimen of eating, their lifestyle, their health will need to change so that this young child or the adult that's dealing with diabetes do not feel like they're being isolated or like I can't have anything, or you know, feel depressed. There are times when people do feel depressed, and so we want to make sure that that the atmosphere is set and is open for the entire family to be able to discuss it, and for those who don't have it, that you can talk about it so that they can prevent other people in their family from getting it.
And so, Ms. Greene, what we're saying here over the last 3 minutes that we have here is that we are really dealing with a very, very serious disease that is a silent disease, but at the same time, it's a disease that can be, and this is why when you talk about managing diabetes, it's a kind of disease that can be managed. But in order to manage this disease, you have to have some information. You have to be able to understand the blood counts and et cetera and et cetera. And if you have the disease and don't know that you have it, then you are running the risk in a real sense of having amputated limbs and et cetera and et cetera. Is that what we're saying here?
That is what we're saying. Managing your diabetes. Managing diabetes is, number one, you putting the ball in your court and you saying, yes, I'm going through, I have this, but I'm going to conquer it. And that's what we're trying to get, is individuals to look at their disease not as I mentioned earlier, a death sentence, but you're going to conquer it. Making yourself accountable. Number one, yes, I have it, but I need to do some things, and I'm going to treat my body as God would have me to treat it. And when you do that and you put yourself first, you start to take care of your health, you will see not only will you prolong or prevent some of the complications from coming, but you will have a much healthier life. And those around you will be successful as well, because you are.
Well, look, in terms of the last minute and a half we have here, let me put this question. Do you think that the Matthew Walker Center, a comprehensive health center, is performing a real need within the catchment area that it's in?
Oh, most definitely. You know, we have, we're right in the heart of downtown. So we have, like I mentioned, several community outreach initiatives that have been birthed out of Matthew Walker. And we know, though, that we can't be successful without the community. So no matter how many efforts that we do as a team at Matthew Walker, the administration along with the physician, the clinical and medical staff, as well as some of our partners that have partnered with us over the years, we can't do it without the community, and the community cannot make it without us. So what it is two forces joining together as one, conquering diseases and eliminating health disparities.
Very good. And of course, Ms. Greene, let me, over the last 45 seconds that we have here, thank you for bringing that excellent information in reference to diabetes. And I'm sure that those members of our audience who might sort of suspect that they have something wrong with their bodies will be able to react to it. And as you telling us now that it's a disease that you can have for a long time unless you're tested. And of course, if you have it and without being tested, that you run the risk of having some real health complications and even death in the end. Is that what we're saying?
That's
and of
what
course,
we're saying.
and of course, we appreciate you giving us that information. And let me encourage our audience to tune in again next week for another informative edition of Comments. Thank you and good morning.